Hey there, Jody here, and welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here on my channel, I talk about Broadway books and television. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some TV shows that will be returning to television this February that I'm really looking forward to. So all these shows are returning. They're not new series. If you weren't aware that these were returning, I'm here to let you know. So I'm going to be talking about 4 shows today, and they're all shows that I really like, and enough of me babbling on and on and on. Let me get to the shows. So the first show that I'm really looking forward to in February is The Last Thing You Told Me Season 2. This is a series on Apple TV, and initially this show was only supposed to be 1 season, as it is based on the book of the same name by Laura Dave. But with the popularity of the book and the television show, there was more interest for this show. The author ended up writing a second book. So there's a sequel now to The Last Thing You Told Me called The First Time I Saw Him, and that will be the basis for season 2 of the Apple TV show The Last Thing He Told Me. I really loved The Last Thing He Told Me. It's one of the best books I've ever read, and I really liked the TV show as well. I thought it was a really good adaptation of the book. As far as what the second book is about, I really don't know much about it. I kind of want to keep it that way, to be honest, because I'm really looking forward to reading it at some point. I do know that the book, The First Time I Saw Him, I believe, picks up exactly where the first book left off. So I'm sure the TV show will start in the same way as well. Now, I'm really looking forward to the show, as I'm clearly talking about it as a show that I'm looking forward to in February. That being said, I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to get around to watching the TV show for the second season, because I'm not exactly sure when I'm going to get around to reading the sequel. Because I want to really watch season 2, but I want to read the book first, I would like to read the book, within the year. So now moving on to the next show on this list, which is The Night Agent Season 3, which is a series on Netflix. I kind of randomly came across finding out that Season 3 of the show was going to be premiering in February. I actually had no idea, and it was a really nice surprise because I absolutely love this show so much. It's one of my favorite shows on Netflix. As far as what the show's about, if you've never watched it or haven't heard about it, it's basically like a political thriller in the style of like 24, but it doesn't take place over the course of like a day. It's just like it has that real like action-packed like feel to it that 24 has. I have no idea what season 3 is going to entail, but I have an unfortunate feeling for those of us who really like Peter and Rose as a couple that storyline is possibly over, as how last season ended, with the two of them kind of like in many ways going their separate ways. Peter's career ended up putting Rose in the line of danger time and time again, and he loves her so much that he doesn't want to ever see her get hurt. And so even though they love each other, they kind of see how it's not realistic to be in a relationship if he's going to have the career that he's going to have. I feel it's unlikely that Rose will be in season 3, but I'm really hoping she makes an appearance and maybe they might be a couple after all, because I absolutely love their relationship. I just love it so much. So now moving on to the next show on this list, which is Paradise Season 2, which is going to be premiering on Hulu on February 23rd. This is another political thriller that stars Sterling K. Brown in the leading role. And this is definitely a show where I don't want to talk too much about the show itself, because I don't want to give any kind of spoilers away. This is a really great show that has a really big twist within the first episode, and I won't say what it is, but I was so shocked by this twist. Like minutes later, I was like, whoa, I did not see that coming. As far as the second season, there are a lot of storylines left up in the air when season 1 ended, so I'm assuming we're going to get to those storylines and see what happens. So now moving on to the last show on this list, which is going to be the revival of Scrubs. This revival will be premiering on ABC with 2 back-to-back episodes on February 25th, and then with episodes premiering the next day on Hulu. I really loved Scrubs when it was initially on TV, way back when, it was first on NBC, and then NBC didn't renew it, so ABC picked it up for, I believe, 2 more seasons, and then they had a spin-off series that didn't really go anywhere. It was just like, 1 season kind of show. I really like this show a lot. I didn't watch the whole series from start to end. I kind of watched more here and there in the early seasons, and then towards the middle to end of the series I watched that. If I watched a series finale, more than likely from what I remember, I probably did at least. But that being said, I don't remember how the show ended. I guess it's a finale that just didn't stay with me if I did get around to watching it. But I'm not really interested in watching the whole entire series all over again to like reacquaint myself with all the storylines before the reboot. Kind of a show I feel like I could just jump into, and that's that, because there's just like too many episodes at this point to like catch up before like the premiere date of the revival. Two things I really like about the show. For one being, I think the balance between the show being a comedy and a drama is really well done, because this show is so funny, but also has moments that are so heartfelt, deep, and profound. And I think this is one of those shows that really does a great combination, like I said, of being both a comedy and a drama really well. The other thing that I really like about the show is it really does seem like everyone on the show really gets along and are good friends. And, you know, that really shows on camera that fun that they're having making this show. And that's always just so much fun to see. And so, yeah, that's going to be it for today. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope that helped you discover a new TV show or two along the way as well, or at the very least, helped remind you when some TV shows will be premiering with their next seasons on television this February. Once again, thank you so very much for watching, and until next time, bye!